because yes, this is Thursday. Yes, this is the Thursday night online open mic. And no, I am not La Bruja. I'm filling in for her. But I'm going to speak a little bit more on that as we get to see a few more people coming in. Just want to make sure everyone comes in, no one leaves. Yes, this is the Thursday night online open mic. We're also streaming on Facebook and on YouTube. So, yeah, we're live. So yes, this is the Thursday night online open mic, normally hosted by La Bruja. She had some technical difficulties tonight, so she hit me up at the last second, asked if I could host. And I was like, hells yeah, I love the Thursday night. I host the Monday night online open mic. We do poetry. We have a theme every Monday. But what we don't do is we don't get to sing. We don't get to hear. I know we have a comedian on the list, my homegirl Renita. I'm excited to hear her. So we get to hear different types of artistry on Thursday night, and I love being able to do that. Most of you should know me. Some of you may not. My name is Advocate of Wordz. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Advocate of Wordz. And when you spell words, that is with a Z, you know, poetic license. So La Bruja usually hosts. She had some technical difficulties. You can find her at La Bruja NYC. No underscore, no space in between. La Bruja NYC on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you show her love because she was really sad and disappointed that she didn't get to come today. She loves hosting this and she feels also obligated. So she was like sad and everything. I was like, we're good, we're good. So make sure that you send her love tonight, right now, or after the show. And I will not be mad if you say I did a good job hosting, okay? You don't have to, but I won't be mad about that. So let's take care of some business real quick. We'd like to thank the NEA, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust for sponsoring our free online events. We have several online events. Make sure you're either following us on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, or you could go to newyorekan.org, where like I said, we have the open mic on Monday and Thursday. Every now and then we have an open mic on Saturday. We have different shows, so make sure you check it out. Appreciate those people who, those companies who are supporting us with their donations. And you too can support us with a tax-deductible donation at newyorekan.org/contribute, or through via Cash App, Nuyorican Poets Cafe. So we have 25 people who signed up, guaranteed slot for tonight. If we have time for the waiting list, we will get to it, but definitely 25 people are going to be able to rock tonight. You have 4 minutes to do whatever you want, whether you sing, dance, tell jokes, you got poetry, you got verse, whatever it is. You got 4 minutes for your artistry, and then we got about 30 seconds to quickly let people know where they can find you on social media. We are big on building community. So when people are putting their social media out there, follow them. We have done a lot of shows. I'm sure that one of the people, I'm not sure if they're on the list, I haven't seen it yet, Conqueso, who I see is in the building. He hosted his own event with Bloomfield College yesterday in the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, and a bunch of people from the open mic got an opportunity to do that. There are other shows that the Nuyorican is doing, like with Green Space. I got to be on it. I know they reached out to a few people from the open mic, so make sure that you're building with the community. With that being said, I think we covered everything. Also, shout out to Chris Lopez, who is tonight's producer. He got a really fresh haircut. I don't know, man. He's starting to look a little better than Jason's hair. I'm not sure. We'll talk about that later. Okay, so let me take a look at the list. As the night goes on, please go into the chat. If you are on Zoom with us, check the chat because that's where I'm going to be posting who is going up. So first on the list is Generalissimo. Where is he? Here he is. And he's got, hold on 1 second. Let me make sure. Boom. You should be able to, yeah, he's rocking the hat like mine. Go ahead. You should be able to unmute yourself.
There we go. Am I unmuted, Mr. Advocate?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. How are you tonight, sir?
Well, we're trying. That's the best I'll say right now. I have three pieces. I've timed them out. I'm going to roll straight through them, so don't cut me off, please.
I got you.
Yes, I won't let you go on that. The best museums in the world have no walls. Whilst driving up Route 1 in Maine, I stopped at a bathroomless rest area to stretch my legs. Its campus encompassed a pond, wetlands, walking trails, and picnic tables. A weeping willow tree near the pond cried out to me. There were masses of yellow and black striped caterpillar in the cruxes where its trunk and branches met. They were fresh from the tube streams of acrylic paint in relief on tree bark, an abstract masterpiece from Mama Gaia, existing not a tangle but in harmony like perfect puzzle pieces, waiting to cocoon out of sight and explode into butterflies displayed on the gallery wall that is the air everywhere. Thank you, everyone. The next is called My Dinner with Wesley. If I had a Kandinsky, I would sit and stare at it like when I stole not-so-secret looks from childhood crushes across rooms. I would place a fancy upholstered bench in front of it to sit and watch it while listening to Cassandra Wilson or Tuck and Patty for long periods, transforming my flat-ass wall into a sexy, curvy Guggenheim wall. If I had a Kandinsky, I would lose myself in colors, lines, shapes, and angles in Sir Wesley's later works, or the impressionistic blurs of colors forming shapes in his early Mountain View paintings. If I had a Kandinsky, just the sight of it when I passed it without stopping would be like an injection of espresso-like endorphins into my bloodstream. But if I had a Kandinsky, it wouldn't be fair to the rest of the world to keep it locked inside my house. The thing about owning a masterpiece is when it's seen by more people, those people get to feel what you feel and experience the infusion of culture you take for granted every day. If I had a Kandinsky, I would loan my abstract masterpiece to small town museums, letting it vacation at home for 1 month every year, in which my eyes and soul would enjoy a month-long Thanksgiving feast with ingredients that cost upwards of 150 million bucks at auction. And the last one is so new, it doesn't even have line breaks yet, and it has no title. The reason I prefer gracias to thank you is not because I'm a Sephardic Jew whose family left Spain instead of converting to Catholicism or being tortured to death. It's not because my grandmother spoke Ladino, a dead form of Spanish from the 1400s, the Sephardic Jews of her generation spoke. It's because thank you has that hard K that can take those gracious words in a sarcastic or mean direction. Thank you sounds like it was coined by Paul Lynde while arguing with Charles Nelson Riley over whose turn it was to occupy the center square. Gracias dances across the tongue like a first dance waltz, expertly executed by a bride and groom that took 2 months of ballroom classes with Russian instructors and are now gliding across the dance floor like Fred and Ginger. When I say gracias, I hear the word grace. I speak a language I know very few words in, yet is so universal in its grace and elegance that it also gave us the nada instead of you're welcome. Thank you.
Generalissimo. Brother, where can the people find you online?
It is Brian Ira Franco on Facebook and NRLSMO on Instagram. And those first 2 poems, by the way, were written at Line Breaks and Bronx Beats last night, which is a wonderful workshop to do.
Yes, hosted by Peggy Robles. You can check her out at Robles Writes. And when you spell Writes, it's like you're writing. So awesome. Generalissimo, please put your information in the chat as well so that the people can grab it.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Advocate.
Generalissimo, man. I love that dude. Bringing energy all the time, man. And I saw the new hat. I saw his post on Facebook that he was ready to wear this new hat. I got to see it. I like it. He looking better than me. He looking better than me. All right. So next coming up, we have, I just put it up there. Oh, Ray Jane, a little known poet. Ray Jane. How are you, Ray?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. It's good to see you again. It's the 3rd time that I'm seeing you this week.
Ooh,
right?
Isn't it so nice, though?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I appreciate getting to hear your voice and your words. So, all right, I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to let you get into it. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. It's great to see y'all. Hey. So I have two new pieces for y'all. We're gonna talk about some love, if that's okay. All right. So the first one is called Love and Thunder. Love. Light sky, cracking horizon, jagged lines left on retinas for moments, past disappearance. Splitting trees, striking those who survive, unlucky illuminates darkness for moments, past disappearance. Still it leave behind booming bruises, late reminders that light was once there. Thunder. Love's scarier shadows stealthily sneaking up spine to base. Your shudder, counting Mississippis to get through memories. Love, spotlight and eye finding you, conducting storms, if only for moments, past disappearance. Okay, thank you. And the last one is called No, You Hang Up. You make me nervous. I'd convinced myself that it could never be this way again, that giddy was a myth, that love had evaporated into thin and returned to the mint. Then you asked me if I liked Teddy P. Ended up singing to each other while rolling up and sharing stories of our favorite weed. And usually I tremble when revealing, I shiver when undressing, but with you, I lavish in my nakedness, keep giving it to you. My mind is jumping up and down, heart veering in and out of traffic, speeding around familiar corners. Ancestors seem to be leading its feet, hurdling us in your direction. You keep beckoning me with wanton affection, and damn it, if that shit don't feel like real, and damn it, we ain't felt real in so long. I'm pissed, cause I know it's already a dub. I might already be in love, and you pause. Every now and then seeming to come to the same conclusions, both uncomfortable while weaving at opposite ends, shuddering and shocked each time our hands graze each other's weight. So what you know about the Isley brothers, Al Green, Harold Melvin, and the Blue Notes? You singing Stevie to me cause the bud got you dreamy, and I can't believe we still talking. It's 4 a.m, we both yawning. We rolling, you pitch me some new shit, I surge in your cause I get all of it, and you sounding like you get me. I'm drowning in your heavy head spinning, wondering what exactly this will be. Thank you.
Ray Jane! And Ray, I figured it out. What makes you such an awesome poet and so loved and all of that is that you are able to be vulnerable, but somehow still in control. That's what it is. I figured it out right now while listening to that poem. Wow. You're vulnerable and giving of yourself, but you don't lose control when you do it. Ray, where can the people find you online?
Now, if I could just put that in my life, man, that would just be just fantastic. You can find me at 3_Forts Clairvoyant on the Instagram, and it's rayjane.com, has all of my content, SoundCloud if you want to hear a bunch of tracks, blog, a whole bunch of other stuff. Advocate, thank you. It's always a pleasure to see you and always fun to be with all of y'all. I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Thank you, Ray. That is Ray Jane. It's rayjane.com. Make sure you check her out. Next, coming up, the gentleman who I got to meet. Well, I didn't technically meet him, but I got to hear his work, some of his work yesterday, and that is Luis Pabon. Am I saying that last name right?
Yes. Hey, Wordz. How are you, man?
I'm good. It's good to see you again, brother. I'm glad you're on the list and that you're going to rock out. I hear you normally rock out on the Thursdays.
Yeah, I love my Thursdays. It's my therapy.
No doubt. That's what's up. All right, man. I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to let you get to it.
Cool. All right, y'all. Hey, everybody. I'm going to read one poem tonight. This piece is called A Poem for Black Men. I wanted to write a poem for Black men, a poem that rescues them their Blackness from the ravages of misandrous Americans, a poem that swoops down and saves their madness, the very essence of their strength from the madness, from the torch-wielding masses who seek to take their Blackness, their masculine prowess, and beat it senseless, sever its organs, erase it by murder. I wanted to write a poem that needs them, that says, I know you are here. Thank you. You are welcome. Stay and mean it. I wanted to write a piece that removes the risk, that puts Black, male, and tenderness in the same sentence, not in the same cell waiting to be sentenced. I wanted to write a poem that sings its love song to Black boys, the ones who do not know home but can feel its drum in the heartbeat of their bones. A poem for the Black men in danger of being shot dead, shot in close range with bullets born for their head, their chests, and by chance, some of us are alive right now. Allowed our life based on how good we drown. We, a beat species, dangerously endangered strangers, invisible beings, only find by how good we quiet the rage into our well-fitting suits, tone down and mute the hue in this human room. Do you know what it's like to live a whispered existence? To know you're alive by how good you can hide. To be compared to the last Black guy, the last Black guy, and the last, there's no one left that lasts because the last is always the first Black guy who never had a chance except the choice he made to change. And in this we find our poetry, as we build a world within our being, a world that circles and swirls itself into existence, where our bravery is not seen as braggadocious, our courage not misinterpreted as pomp and circumstance, our leadership not misapprehended or damaged. I wanted to write a poem about all of this, but knew that even the poem would not do it justice. Peace. You could definitely check me out on Instagram, LMajesty1. I also wrote a book. It's on Amazon.com. It's entitled Raw Slaughter. I don't know if anybody could see that, but definitely this is required reading. Please, please, please go on Amazon.com. I'll put this in the chat as well. Thank you again, everybody.
You did us dirty though, man. That ending was killer. And then you were like, yeah, so just, check out that book. Nah, man, I gotta sit with that feeling for a second, especially that ending. Even this poem won't do him justice. What? Luis, one more time. Where can we find you?
On Instagram, LMajesty1.
Make sure you put that in the chat. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Luis, man. He was just like, yeah, and now I'm done with my poem, so I'm just gonna talk. Nah, man, we have to sit with that right there. Ooh, all right, Luis. So next coming up, we are going to Nick Paleologos. And Zoom has all these new buttons I'm learning. Ask to unmute. Nick, how are you this evening?
I am doing very well, Advocate. How is everything with you, Ben? Everything great?
Everything's good, man. My son is good, and I'm getting to hang out with you guys tonight. So things are good, man.
Soon he'll be a Yankees prospect, man. You never know, man. Hey, you never know.
We only got like 2 hours on this show, and I would need 2.5 hours to talk about him. So
fair enough. I'm
a proud dad, so get into it. Go ahead.
All right, I got 2 new ones for you guys. The first one is called Rattenbop. Bulls on parade. Bullets occupy parts of people. Blasting on presentation, boosted on payment, blaming our people. Basically, our police blast our people. Killing in the name of KKK. Is that not obstructing knowledge in this new organization of kindled information? Notate this, offenders, for it's lights out, guerrilla radio. Love overrules guiltless robotic responses. Go reboot, go research, go read. Otherwise, goodbye racists and good riddance. If you don't change, you will sleep now in the fire. Stop now in this fascist policy, so no one in this forum has to deal with your bullshit. Stop now in this false fashion. White sheets belong on beds, not bodies. Take off the sheets and change your ways. That's what I desire. Otherwise, sleep now in the fire. That was the first one. And the second one's Not my specialty, a love poem, you know, but we'll see how it goes. This one's called Celestial Fruits. I want you to touch my face with your hand. Don't worry if the layers come undone. It might feel like sand. It's seeing the essence of my spirit that is the outcome. As I caress yours, my heartbeat races, my love for you soars. Your spirit is like mine and fills my empty spaces. I know you are curious. I am too. Awkward at first. That makes us delirious. Undressing our clothes to reveal our bodies as you want to taste me as I smell of honeydew. My emotions are ablaze as I want to taste the peach. I ask kindly to let me lick that and your melons as I beseech. You need not worry about the viscosity of our fluids, for they taste like the many heavens. I don't need all that though. Let's just embrace, clutch each other tight, and begin to grow the gardens that with the seeds we sow. And we will always keep the kindling burning. Our love shall never go out, and we will never have to reignite. We are more than human within this fusion. Two souls lost among the planets, strung out so far away, and we are close than ever. It was all an illusion. And our love is still as tasteful as pomegranate. As the seasons change and the trees stop bearing fruit, our love will not dry out like the apples and grapes, and we will not let our roots become destitute. I will always love you, and I hope that it is reciprocated as we continue to grow and change shapes. That's it.
Some snaps for Nick. Going all soft and vulnerable. He hitting us hard with the heavy stuff, and then he lets us off light. Nick, where can we find you online?
Thank you. You can find me at The Real Nick P. You can also, I also have a Cash App, $ at Payalogos, and also I'm on Merake too. Also same handle, The Real Nick P. I'll drop that in the chat. Everyone, thank you so much, and Advocate. Always blessed to see you, my good sir. I'm sorry I missed your poem yesterday. I was a little bit exhausted. I was trying to get ready for Halloween, but hopefully I'll catch it back on the live feed. So thank you, everyone.
No doubt, no doubt. Thank you, Nick. Nick Paleologos. Next coming up is Joski. Let me unmute Joski. What's going on, Joe? How are you?
Hola, Advocate. How are
good?
you?
I'm good. I'm ready to hear you, man. You ready to get into it?
Yes. Can you just tell me, is it coming through clear?
Very clear. It's sounding good.
Okay. So let me get right into it. This song reminds us why it's so important to vote right now. I'm just going to go for it. Children in cages, niños en jaulas, land without mercy, so insecure we're losing our freedom. Happens in stages with children in cages. Turn on the TV, click the next channel. It's been a long day, search for distraction. You got your people, you got your problems. Which side of the fence do you want to be on? We're losing our freedom. Happens in stages with children in cages. No toothbrush, no shower, no freedom, no power, no silver blanket can keep us warm. Nobody reads the truth on the pages. Despots grab power down through the ages. President acting on all the wrong stages. He mix up his lines but can't hide his hatred. We're losing our freedom. Happens in stage. He put children in cages. No toothbrush, no shower, no freedom, no power, no silver blanket can keep us warm. howlers, land without mercy, so insecure, losing our freedom, happens in stages, with children in cages. Children in cages, niños and howlers, land without mercy, so insecure, losing our freedom, happens in stages. We put children in cages.
Oh, some snaps for Joski. Joski is a whole mood, man. I love it. I love it. And I love the lighting. I know we calling for an encore. That's what it is. The universe is calling for an encore. And
I'll tell you what, I'm just learning to work the phone. That's how old I am, man.
It worked. I think it worked, man. The people loved it. I loved it. It was awesome. Joski, where can people find you online?
Can I just give a brief shout out? These are my friends.
Sure, go ahead.
These are my friends playing this music that used to be a monthly jam session pre-pandemic. And for that take, we hung a microphone from the rafters of the garage. I showed it to them. We did 1 or 2 takes, and that was it. So thank you. They're incredible, incredible musicians.
Nice, nice. So, Joski, where can the people find you or reach you, especially if they want to find these other musicians?
So, you know, I signed up for Instagram. There's nothing on it yet, but that's going to change in the next couple of days. I'm just Joski C. C is like the ocean, S-E-A.
Awesome. It's right there in your box in the name. Joski, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Advocate. I appreciate you. Thanks so much.
Joski's a whole mood, and he's got the all new lighting and everything. I'm loving it. It's an upgrade. All right. Going after him is going to be tough. But luckily, who we naturally have on the list, I didn't push him up there, is a man I know who ain't afraid to go after some talent. And he is a confident dude. I like this dude's energy, what he brings, and that is Mr. Speaker. He laughing because he's like, oh, I know he's talking about me. Not because I'm cocky, but just because I know I'm confident. Okay, there we go. How are you, Mr. Speaker?
I'm ready. I'm good.
I know you ready, man. It's going to be hard to follow that up, but I know you're going to be able to do it. Go ahead, brother.
Who was the first? Shouts out to Mr. Miriam Baraka. Who was the first to be taken? Who was the first to be tricked? Who was the first to be deceived? Who was the first to be placed upon that ship? Who was the first to die while afloat? Who was the first to be thrown over the boat? Who was the first to make it to this new land? Who was the first to be sold at the auction stand? Who was the first to be raped? Who was the first to be called nigger? Who was the first to be beaten? Who was the first to be killed by the taskmaster's trigger? Who was the first to suffer castration? What country taught Hitler all about discrimination? Who was the first to deal with family separation? Who was the first to die from a false allegation? Who was the first to be freed, got the right to vote, and got the right to purchase land? Who was the first to be educated, truly appreciated, and treated like 100% of a man? Who was the first to suffer mutilization? Who was the first to be denied graduation? I do not know the answers to the questions I pose to you, but I wonder how our forefathers would feel if they knew your voting rights went unused. Sometimes it's hard to get people to face this, but the freest country in the world just might be the most racist.
Oh, man. I don't even know what to say with that right there, Mr. Speaker. Someone had put it there like, that's a lot of horrible first. And it's like, yeah, man, for you, it is. And then for you, like, to spend that time, like, thinking about it, when people say something and you start to think about it, you start to think about these answers too. You know, not that you may have the right answers, but I start thinking like, yo, imagine going through that. Like, Mr. Speaker, where can the people find you online?
Yeah, James, Mr. Speaker, Sears on Facebook, IG, Mr. Speaker to you, and wherever your local poetry venue is, look for Mr. Speaker.
No doubt. I appreciate you, sir. Make sure you put the info in the chat as well. Mr. Speaker, man. Poetry makes you think. That's what it's supposed to do. I like that. So I'm looking for Vernita. Vernita is a comedian. I met Vernita a while ago. I know she's rocked on Thursdays. I don't see her here. So for the time being, we're going to skip because she's not here. And Edna Martinez. But I don't see an Edna Martinez here either. Edna, if you're here and your video's on, wave or hit me up in chat because I do not see you. Nope. Okay. May have to go back to Edna. Okay. This next person is here. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say your first and last name wrong. Unmesh Mohitkar. I think it's Unmesh Mohitkar. And I saw him here. I saw him in the Zoom chat where, yes, he is. Let me unmute him. And then he'll let me know how bad I butchered his name. How bad did I do?
No, you're good. You're good. You're better than 90% of the people.
You just being nice, man, because you're meeting me and I'm the host. You know how to do this. You've been on an open mic before.
my words are speaking with the real words.
So please, how do you pronounce your name?
It's Unmesh Mohitkar. And it means, Unmesh means to attract people. Mohitkar means to attract people. And Unmesh means to show your talent.
Nice. Show your talent and attract people. I'm happy to have you on. I'm happy to hear you. So I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to let you get into it. Go ahead.
Great. Thanks. Good evening. This poem is called White. I opened the window, morning mist, haze. Every morning, same scene, different shades, colors, birds chirping, guttural sound of the pigeons. Where sparrows have gone, permanent feature in my childhood. Killed by us? At times, eagle, parrots, kings of this place, peaceful pigeons. Every terrace, balcony, they leave their marks, traces, foul smells, eggs, symbol of peace, disturbing mental peace. Revenge of the sparrows? Nothing against pigeons. One of them spoke to me. We are like you. Learned your tricks. Whatever you do, keep appearance smart and tidy. To gain instant respect, it should be white. The whiter, the better. The cleaner, respectable shade of whites we don't prefer. We don't like hierarchy. That is for you. I wanted to retort, give it back. Then I heard TV advertisement of a fairness cream, which I always buy. That was white from me. I hope I'm audible. Yeah.
Oh, some saps for Umesh. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Able to hear me, right?
Yeah. We hear you. You're coming in and out now.
Okay.
But we heard you. All right, real quick before we lose you, Umesh, where can we find you online?
On Twitter, I am Mohitkar Unmesh on Twitter. On Instagram, it's Unmesh Mohitkar. And I've written this book as well, Light Shadow Life, which is available on Amazon. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Please put it in the chat. Can you?
Sure.
Type it into the chat for Zoom. Thank you, Umesh. And I I remember this dude from a couple weeks ago too, having trouble getting on. So I'm happy to see that he's getting on. I'm happy I got to hear him too. All right. This next poet, I know who it is Dane Ince. This is a kindred spirit. We're both tormented artists, as I always say to him. How are you, Dane?
Tormented as usual. I'm not going to read my really tormented stuff. I'm saving that for later.
Okay.
So I got several pieces here. I'll try to get through them all. Trigger warning, words to follow. Reaction to Billy Collins' advice on how to be a poet. It's still early, quiet, peaceful awakening before farm animals stir, still before the crowing of cock in the yard. Shh, quiet. Mournful morning, just before the prayer of the crack of blackness, black rising warm and full of glory, kissing the hem of every cloud, burning glorious rays of blackness, dark bludgeon stabbing every innocent rainbow to death. This is my Van Gogh ear. I have no use for anybody else's advice on how to bleed. I just hope that the spurting artery spray lands on the page. I want to be sure to leave plenty of fingerprints at the crime scene like graffiti. See, fuckers, I was here. Words. The absolution is easy. Have I ever had that? I know that. I do not know that. Do I remember the last time, the touch, the last look? How long did it last? Do I remember? Do I? It won't be like that again. Better, worse, not at all, ever. I don't write poems. I write words, pitiful words, naked, alone with their sins. The 7-Eleven confessional closed. I fall asleep at 6 a.m., wake up at midnight. One day, the pickup line will be, what did you do before the pandemic? If there is another day, I'll write words, shitty words, smelly, stinky words, stuck to me, won't come off. I will like them as much as a new zoot suit, pleats and all. I will write words, shards of glass in my cupped hands, yellow sun, blue sky, no receptacle anywhere for the pieces of glass in my hands. Little boy turning, looking for someone to help, wide open, vacant Saturday, no one home. I sit in the shade on the curb with my cupped hands full of words. I eat them one and all, one by one, hard, taco, crunchy shell. Blood runs down my chin, finish everything on the plate. I see diamond shards left over in the palms of my hands, glass shards buried deep in sparkly stigmata weeping. I could be happy, but I'm just a word. Satchidananda. Where's the bust of Satchidananda? I borrowed this word from my use to put a word to what I'm doing anyway, to let the sleepy part take a nap, to see the rest of me, so the rest of me can be fully awake. I cut off my arms so long ago, now I reattached them, sat, so my fingers can feel again what really is really real, being good, true, right, essence. I see old things new, chid, consciousness. There is no place to go when you are everywhere. I let the worry of dark alone settle to the bottom of the lake. I was always free just for the saying yes, and place is holy land. Any place is holy land. See the whispered, see some of it worshipped by you learning it so. Ananda, happiness, joy, bliss. See a fellow traveler on the dusty road, sitting in the garden, taking hold, holding souls, talking close, loving, work, existential consciousness, bliss. Say hello and welcome to gentle, calm, and kind till the release of the big let go. One would do. I wander in early morning darkness, you on my mind, you up early too. Will we have our moons together soon? Early morn darkness, I wander, darkness, you up early too. I haunt myself, frighten me. See, synced together our moons. When I used to go to the racetrack, I looked for long shots. I became skilled at looking for a rational reason to wager on the impossible. When it paid off well. all about the money management. I never had any, so what's to manage? Now I write poetry, every ticket a winner. You talking to me is like lovemaking, better than the best fucking. You plant yourself so deep inside me, I have to readjust my hips to carry you bow-legged. I'm a contradiction that not even I understand. I recognize the challenge line. Sometimes I hold it holy, bow with appreciation and respect. Other times I just blast, smash, crassly through, like unnecessary extra verses when one would do. Thank you.
Throw up some snaps for Dane Ince. Love it. Dane, where can we find you online, sir?
On Instagram at 2019 DMI.
Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Dane Ince. I love his work, man. Every time he comes here, I love his work. And I don't know, maybe I'm just like, I see the world through my own glasses. I see the torment, but it's like I see like I'm there too, man. All right, let's keep going. Dane Ince, and I don't want to turn around and like kind of bring him down and be like he's just a tormented artist. Nah, like he said, he doesn't write poems, he writes words. Love it. Next coming up, man, I really like this dude. I haven't heard him in a while. I hear him cheering for everyone, but I haven't heard a poem of his in a while, and that is Norm Mathematics. Where is no? There he is. Let me unmute him. What's going on, Norm? How are you?
All good in the neighborhood. Great to see you, man. A lovely surprise. So I got some new shit here, a couple of pieces. We're gonna get through this. America has been infected. A malignant strain of ignorance has mutated into a highly virulent thread that will undo decades of evolving tech. Progress is the disintegration of mind from heart, heart from mind. We regresses to me, ours shrinks to minds, I, me, my becomes a mantra. You know he's a contagion all by his damn self. Gotta vote against the virus in the White House before it metastasizes beyond the Senate. This nightmare is contagious, although some of us have been asymptomatic all our lives. Indeed, most of us have a natural resistance though. We might need a hope booster. The titer is getting low. Experts are working feverishly developing a vaccine for this virulent strain of fear and hate, trying to overwhelm natural defenses already weakened by social distance, taking us further out of touch. Better vote as many times as possible. Ancestors got their hands on the lever. Feel the scale tip our way, finally. This other piece comes out of one of those workshops. It's called In the Shadow of Me. It will appear I am standing on a pedestal. Actually, I am balancing on a mountain of shoulders, surrounded by a village of my ancestors, each one playing their ribcage like a tambor. My lips read notes played on my windpipe, creating a chorus of voices, reciting my life like a mantra. An uprooted life, returning to roots, nourished by Gaia Mundo, calibrating the river flowing, feeding my tree of life, all the xylem and flow of my branches require to sustain a full canopy. Chunks of soul, broiled in molasses and bitter herbs over a sancocho served as exotic with otherworldly sazon. A vision of hope, shredded beyond recognition, another martyr recycled into the ancestor bin. A broth of tears mixed with bones and ashes simmered in a gravy over a low flame for generations. A shape with edges tattered by an expanding dream, filling with potent promise. A vessel deflating like a balloon, heaven escaping through multiple gunshot wounds. No last words whispered, no last rites given. A silhouette of every Black man finding the description. A silhouette of every Black man fitting the description that has been stopped, frisked, questioned, and murdered by accident. Perforated surfaces mistaken for pores, bullet holes too many to count. All they saw was shade, hiding behind a mirage. They thought I had a gun, reaching for a loaded comb to blow my brains out. A halo of light surrounding me, blocking the vision of their greatest fear. They thought they saw. Y el último vino, this is the last one, and it came from that workshop yesterday with Peggy Robles. Perfect in my imperfections. Falling down was something to be avoided. Learn to crawl after being born, knowing how to fly. Remembering I had legs to walk and wings to hide because I am odd enough to be ignored. Bound to earth and her gravity brings me back to her no matter how far I fly by. Myself, she and her gravity remind me of her love, feeding me, sheltering me, bringing me closer to how love feels. Gravity and the balance of equanimity found in the bandwidth between heaven and Gaia Mundo. Peace.
Norm, you never disappoint, man. Throw your snaps up for Norm Mathematics. Never disappoint. Smooth. I love it. We went on a journey with all those, the 3 different poems. Wait, Norm, before you mute yourself, man, where can the people find you online?
They can find me at Norm_Maddox on Instagram and Norm Maddox on Facebook. There's also a website there on Facebook called Get Home Safe, and that's my book. So have a look. It's great to see y'all. I love being in your presence, bro. I like you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Norm Mathematics, a smooth dude right there, and he used to fence for the country. But you gotta follow him and ask him about that stuff, man. Right? No spoilers, no spoilers. All right. Before I get to Jeff Cottrell, formerly known as F. Cottrell, formerly known as Jeff Cottrell. We're going to figure that out. Peggy Robles keeps getting brought up, and one of the shows that she is producing is going on tomorrow. I am hosting it. It is an open mic. I'm trying to get the flyer here. The flyer to open up here on the share screen. All right, there we go. Real quick, wanted to show this to you. This is on my Instagram. There are still spots left if you want to sign up. Vanessa Chica, Tamara Saliva, and Andre Valos are going to be featuring. In fact, Andre is going to be singing. If you want to sign up for the open mic, Robles Writes Productions at Gmail. All that information is on my Instagram. So, you know, the universe is saying, hey, man, we keep talking about Peggy. So got to put that out there. All right. Next coming up, like I said, Jeff Cottrell. Let me ask to unmute Jeff Cottrell.
There we go.
Yes, there you are. How are you, Jeff?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm ready to hear you. You ready?
Okay. Well, we all need writing advice once in a while, right? So this is a piece about a common writing tip, or rather editing tip, that I'm sure some of you have heard of. It's called Murder Your Darlings. Murder your darlings. This is the advice that many writing teachers give you. It's an old standard. If you like the scene or the line or the paragraph, but removing it would improve the whole, then cut it. No matter how good it is, cut it. Murder your darlings. The best editing advice you can get. I always murder my darlings. That's how dedicated I am. I love my darlings. I love them with the intensity of a devoted parent, with the passion of a young newlywed. I hate to murder them, but murder them I must for the good of the whole. The first time is always the hardest. You struggle with the raging guilt and the pounding heartbreak. You say, what a lovely darling this is. How can I bring myself to destroy such a beautiful thing? What madness is this? Dear God in heaven, what am I doing? But you know the job must be done, and you do it, but hesitantly, carelessly, sloppily. And then the time comes once again and you dread it. You dread it as you do the euthanasia of an adorable puppy dog stricken with the plague. But it's easier the second time. And it gets even easier after that. And you get into the practice, into the habit, and you even look forward to the rush it brings. It becomes an inexplicable urge, an unquenchable addiction to murder your darlings. In writing, I mean. Over the years, I've developed a special routine, all my own, of murdering my darlings. I don't like to get it over with quickly. Sure, they say, your darlings are just as dead after you do it the fast way as they are after the labored way. But the fast way doesn't suit me. It's too simple, too impersonal. Murdering your darlings should be an art form. It should be something planned, thought through, and greedily relished. See, I don't murder my darlings right away. I like to torture them first. I lean over and I whisper with the delicacy of a sensitive lover, darling, forgive me, but you've been naughty. And now the time has come to punish you for it. What shall it be, darling? Would you care to taste the sting of jagged steel slowly sawing through your flesh? Or smell the burning of your skin as I apply red-hot metal irons into it? Or what about the slow, wrenching pain that poison brings as it plays havoc with your insides? Tell me, and I shall deliver it like the angel of agony. From there, nothing can keep me from my mission. Not the guilt, not the screams, not the begging, not even the bargaining. And as they suffer, I laugh and regret nothing. I extinguish the last of their hope that I may reconsider, that I may turn back, as I make my final preparations to murder my darlings. In writing, this is all an extended metaphor, of course. Before I commit the deed, I take one last look into their eyes, and as they whimper, as they moan, as they beg me to spare them, I say, shh, darling, the time has come. Do you believe in God? Do you believe in heaven or hell or just eternal limbo? Wherever you believe you're going, it's time to prepare. Time to pack your bags and drop the kids off with your neighbors. Time to check in your luggage and get your passport scanned and obtain the boarding pass. Time to walk through the metal detector. Time to sit in the gate lounge, kill time by reading a book, maybe browse the magazine shop for a while, buy a glass of wine at the bar, maybe two, use the restroom one last time. Where was I going with this? And where are you all going? Come back here. I've not finished my seminar. I still have yet to discuss the best choice of weapons and what mop to use to clean up. Oh, great. Here come the security fellows, as always. Why? Tell me, why do I always get banned from these literary festivals? Huh. Damn millennial snowflakes, always getting triggered by the slightest. Well, at least I still have my darlings. And when I get home tonight, my darlings will pay twofold. I look forward to the slashing, the burning, and the beautiful damage to be done. With enough cruelty and sadism, I suppose I could trim my novel by another 50 pages, maybe even 60, 75. Let's tear and rend those words into oblivion. Murder your darlings. Thank you. That was your writing advice for tonight.
And I appreciate it. Put your snaps up for Jeff Cottrell. Oh, you know what's so funny too, man? Is before you got to Huddle Snowflakes triggered line, I was thinking, you know what I'm gonna tell Jeff? Yo, this poem is triggering me. This monologue is triggering me. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to edit, like whether it's prose or poetry. Jeff, where can the people find you online?
The people can find me at jeffcottrell.com, and I'm easy to find on Facebook and Twitter. I have some short fiction on wattpad.com, including a new story in progress called Pencil.
Pencil.
It's about a guy who loses his pencil, and there's something about a presidential assassination, but it's mostly about a guy who loses his pencil.
And you put your name on it, man. You're gonna have the secret door service being like, dum, 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 Mr. Jeff Cottrell, and you just be like, sorry, I'm F. Cottrell. Jeff, appreciate you so much, brother. Thank you.
Cheers.
Jeff Cottrell, make sure you look him up. Dude's talented. We got a lot of talented people. I love hosting these open mics. Next one is Tessa Somok. We're about to go on a journey, man. We're about to like buckle in, you know, to put the phone down, pay attention to the road. We're about to go on the journey. Mr. Tessa Somok, how are you this evening?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm buckled in, man. I'm ready for the journey. You always take us on a journey with your stories. Go ahead.
All right, we have a storytelling time. Stanley Jordan. Stanley, you were Mexican looking when I first saw you, but I soon realized you didn't speak Spanish and I didn't speak English. Your chubby sister held me up against the wall while you kept your assault on me. I was frightened, like mostly newly arrived immigrants, till I found out your want for money. I gave up crying and I beat the shit out of you. But you were not content calling me a wetback, even though I was more Anglo looking than you, but you were more American Indian than I. We continue our adversarial roles, pushing and bullying each other, wanting to overcome our insecurities. You only went as far until I threatened to smite you down. One night while I was watching cable, you were grown up like me, full mustache and everything. I could smell the pesticide from the super cools on your breath. I could hear the ghetto bird above our heads. You wanted to hide. I sent you to the basement of our building. Did you hallucinate the whole night? I never knew. You were gone in the morning. 1580 KDAY was the radio station above Alvarado and Glendale Boulevard, where we grew up amongst the antennas that blasted 30 kilowatts of funk and disco across LA. We played tackle football against the gangsters from Echo Park, West Side White Fence, Clanton 13, and the Koreans who lived next to the station. Stanley used to play with us, wanting to crush something inside of you, hit your opponent, and they resented your unwarranted anger. We used to go dumpster diving for those rejected 45s. Stanley, we hadn't seen you for days. We wondered if your drunken Red Indian grandfather had finally beaten the shit out of you or what. KDAY had a tool shed where the lawnmowers were kept in the back. We used to break in and take breaks amongst the gasoline barrels. One Sunday, we had waited for you to join us in a game against Echo Park, and they were ringing us. We took a break and broke into the lawn shack, and there we found you. Your whole body was puffy, green, and stenchful. The maggots were coming out of your eyes. We ran out holding our noses. Some said you OD'd on super cools or that some rival gangster stabbed you. My Red Indian, they had taken you away. I had not been there for you like everyone else.
Man, I love your storytelling. I love your voice, your pace, everything it works, your openness, your honesty. You connect with your words and stories. Mr. Tessa Somok, I love it. Where can the people find you online?
I'll drop it on the chat, and thank you all. Thank you for the great comments. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Mr. Tessa Somok. And the performers, after you perform, make sure you check the chat. People are saying nice things, especially Mr. Paul Conqueso, who's on the waiting list, but I think we're gonna get to it, man. I appreciate people jumping in and saying nice words. I see too, DJ C saying things, DJ clearing. So I think he may be using two devices, one to chat and one to be looking really smooth in his jacket. So I gotta get me a jacket now, man. I've been seeing that dude looking too good for too long, and I'm the host. Focus is supposed to be on me. All right, Teresa Robinson is next. And I'm not familiar with Teresa, but she may be familiar with the Thursday night. And I know she did come in. There she is. Let me unmute her, or ask to unmute her. These new buttons on Zoom. Hi, Teresa, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm good. So I host the Monday night, so I don't usually host Thursdays. So I haven't seen you. Have you been on Thursday before?
I've been in line for Thursday for many months.
Oh. Wait, Teresa. I have you coming in and out.
So yeah, I try to let us luck that it worked.
Teresa, can you hear me? You're coming in and out. I can't hear you. All right, let's try this. I skipped Michael Sindler. Sorry, Michael, you're next. I'm sorry. Oh, say it again, Teresa. Can you hear me?
Hello, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I hear you. You hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, we're good.
Yes.
Michael Sindler, I'm sorry I skipped you. Michael Sindler is going right after Teresa. Teresa, I am so happy that you got to be here. Don't tell Bruja. The next time you see her, just say that this is your first time with her. All right? So go ahead. You go.
All right. So my stage name is actually Poetress. So hello, everybody. Good to see y'all. It's just Poet and Teresa. Poetress. All right. So this piece is called Belly of the Beast. From the belly of the beast, I am dying from exhaustion, coughing up confusion, living life through illusions. From the belly of the beast, I feast off swine-flavored goodness, smothered with reality gradually being erased. Past is based in roads, not judged by divine. I climb out this well. The belly of the beast is this white man's hell spell. Then my life entails his help, his way, his work being done in my day to sway from the bill collectors. My civil rights protector is now ran by a silent conformity. I'm normally too black, too smart, real soft, but too hard. I'm far from being blown off in the wind. The belly of the beast that I live in smells like wet dogs, dirty draws, Similac and dirty draws. It ain't clean here. I'm expected to fear the white man wearing blue, and the belly of the beast ain't nothing they saying is true, especially when they don't even view with the third eye. Half of them don't believe in the Most High. Yes, they try to deny me of a chance. Expecting me to sing and dance and prance in his field while I plow my way out. I doubt he will ever begin to feel my struggle. But he wants me to shuffle, wearing a muzzle so that they can't hear me screaming. They say this is a democracy. This westernized philosophy is hypocrisy, knocking my world off balance. Wasted raw talents, not enough bodies putting opinions on ballots. A closed mind don't get read. A closed mind don't get fed. And if you don't speak loud enough, no one will hear what you said. In the belly of the beast, too many of my brothers, sisters, mothers, and fathers are dead. Yet we dread to hear what statistics said about black on black crime. Our babies living too many days without the sunshine. How will we ever find a peace of mind? Climb out the box. Let your hair coil and lock rock hip hop in the morning, jazz at noon, chant reggae in the evening sun, and in the midnight, you sing the blues. You make the interlude. Don't let the belly of the beast change the motivation of your attitude. The belly of the beast is a box that does not include you. So jump out of that box and out into the jungle. Find out where your soul is and keep it humble. Peace.
Fire, throw your snaps up for Teresa.
Thank you, y'all. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Say the pen name again. Poet.
It's Poetress. NYC is my Instagram. Poetress with an E. Poetress. So Poetresse. Do I have time for one more quick one?
How quick? You got like less than 60 seconds.
It ain't gonna be that quick, but here we go. This one is called Don't Judge Me. Why are we so mad? So angry, so bitter, so fast, always moving. Why aren't we givers? So fat, so black, so high, so smacked, so racked up in shit that we can't handle. So lost and confused. Why do we misuse our temples? So easy, so simple, so fucking judgmental. It's consequential when you not view with third eye. Even family lie. Make a stability die, so we sit back and wonder why unity never survives. Hear this poet's cry. Not of pain, but strength that prevails the weakest link. See, I'm trying to make you think before you sink and break the link we trying to form. But we get so sworn with don't do this and how could you do that, that our own weight become too much to carry on our own back and we lack foundation, which leads to hate and disrupting the nation. Don't judge me. I'll be how I'll be. My God made me complete. Then if you don't agree, don't judge me. I'm seeing through eyes that hold lies about my intention, diminishing my dimension while they hold interventions about how I'm living, who I'm loving, who I'm fucking, who I'm smothering with too much attention. See, people need to understand personal wealth of business that's mine. What I do in my time is not to be on your mind. While you sit and find reason for your verbal treason, I'll keep seasoning this fruit, reading the ripe and fertile youth that lies under all and stays true. See if you could dispute the root, acting like the you spread shit like it's on the evening news. Don't judge me. I'll be how I'll be. My God made me complete. Then if you don't agree, don't judge me. Peace, y'all. Thanks for letting me rock out.
Poetress, make sure you put your information in the chat so that the people can follow you, okay? You know how everyone is. We lazy, we like to copy and paste. Thank you.
No problem.
Poetress, she was awesome. Hopefully La Bruja is not watching tonight. And like I said, Poetress, if you see her the next time, like, this first time I ever get to perform on Thursday night, she's gonna be mad that she missed it, man. She's already mad she missed tonight. It's gonna make her even more mad. Okay, Michael Sindler, let me unmute him. Michael, I'm so sorry I skipped you, but I quickly saw your message.
I always feel just blessed to be here, bring my little humble stuff and with all this greatness that I'm hearing every time. So I'm happy. I'm a little pissed off because I'm in Facebook jail because I said that these terrorists who are bringing their big old guns into the polling places, and I said the police should shoot them down, and I believe it. And I don't think I should be in jail for that, but so it goes. We need to get out and vote no matter what. And I'm just going to... I'm from South Carolina, and I'm praying. I don't pray much, but I'm praying that Lindsey Graham goes down in flames because the fucker sucks. And so I'm going to do a little piece about where I'm from. This is called Heritage, and it's a series of triolets. Yes, I'm from South Carolina, born and bred for better or worse. I won't say there's nothing finer. Yeah, I'm from South Carolina. I don't want to be a liar. Place false praise into this verse. Yes, I'm from South Carolina, born and bred for better or worse. Please don't mistake me for someone who clings to the state's sordid past and the lies so often spun. Please don't mistake me for someone who still believes the wrong side won. That rationale leaves me aghast. Please don't mistake me for someone who clings to the state's sordid past. I cannot see a cotton field without thinking of slavery and wounds that still have not been healed. I cannot see a cotton field without the pain being revealed of strange fruit on a southern tree. I cannot see a cotton field without thinking of slavery. I have some pleasant memories to balance out the negative. I see some forest through the trees. I have some pleasant memories like most transplanted refugees. Still, it's not where I choose to live. I have some pleasant memories to balance out the negative. Yes, I'm from South Carolina, born and bred for better or worse. For decades, I did my time here. Yes, I'm from South Carolina. I don't want to be a whiner about an accident of birth. Yes, I'm from South Carolina, born and bred for better or worse. Okay, and my other little bitch right now is every time the first cold snap, all mice start running into my building. So I got a mouse in my apartment right now, and I hate those little fuckers. So this is a little thing called War Against the Rodent, a Temporary Stalemate. I see my quarry, and I know he sees me. Though I cannot comprehend how his tiny brain, looking up from an inch above the rug, imagines his enemy. I can almost hear the quick beating of his heart, the sniffling whisper of his breath. Slowly raising my shoe-filled hand above me, I hurl the potential fatal footwear across the room. It lands exactly where he had just been, but just too late. Once again, he has scampered back underneath the ottoman and evaded my attack. I know that in addition to his fright and agitation, he feels a sense of conquest, a savoring of victory against the overwhelming power of the giant adversary. Gloat now, you little gray-furred vermin, for it is I, the human, who will have the last laugh. Okay, and now back to all the good stuff.
Oh, the snaps up for Michael Sindler, man. Got that fighting spirit today, man, Michael. You got that fighting spirit tonight. Even Ray Jane said it. Michael, I'm here for all this energy tonight. Yes. Yes. Now I would direct people to find you online, but currently you're not only in Facebook jail, but you're on the run from the feds, so you got to be sort of off the grid. So even though you're on the grid right now with us, Michael Sindler's not your real name, but Michael can be found on the Monday night and the Thursday night online open mics. Michael, I love your energy. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you. That was Michael Sindler representing Colorado, where it is 100% legal to be happy. And you know what I mean by that. Okay, so I can't wait to go to Colorado. Next up, we are going to my soon-to-be wingman when we go bar hopping, and that is DG Clearing. He is not only dressed fresh, but he always brings something theatrical and fresh. DJ, how are you this evening?
I am good. I look forward to it's just a pleasure to have you here tonight, Advocate. What a nice surprise. So I have two poems for you tonight. You know, I live in the country, or close to the country, so it has a little to do with that. The harvest is just about over. Crops wait in the fields for the final picks. Wildlife takes what they can to store for winter. This is Sunflower's Rest. Your year has come and passed. October is almost over. Sunflowers rest in the fields. Eyes of each flower look to the heavens. They have followed the sun rays in their course and now stand still, waiting, watching, with each cool breeze dropping their seed. Winds loosen and scatter the beckon notions. Birds come and peck. Deer, rabbits, and field mice steal the fallen spark. Shell husks empty of their start. Stolen nuts are dropped or expelled, scattered along the ground. What is left is covered. Leaves and foliage protect the guarded souls. Each heart is sheltered from the elements, blessed so they may go on. It starts again. New life will be stronger, regenerated from what was left behind. Eyes of your flower look to the sky. Thank you. Every time I'm around my wife, my love, I am overtaken by her strength. It can't be helped. This is as my heart falls. The night is short. My heart is captured every time I see her. Her presence is like that of a hawk when it captures prey, one of great strength and beauty, as it dives to pierce the heart. Hopelessness and excitement, I am taken. There is nothing I can do. I am lost. The force of her grip is strong and binding. I know there is no escape. To be her nourishment. The loneliness is now over. Take my body. My soul is for you alone. You are the raptor of my heart. I have lived and will die for you. She has taken me as my heart falls. Thank you.
Put up the snaps for DG Clearing.
Oh, thank you, everybody. I appreciate that.
I think this is like the most poetic I've seen you, because you tend to like do the little theater thing that seems to be like your thing, and like this one seems
It goes
like
back and forth, so depends what I'm reading. So,
I loved it,
can.
though.
What's that?
I said I loved it. I love the pace and the reserve.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank you, Advocate. I appreciate that.
My words.
It's a really important. It's a really important time in our country right now. It is. You can find me anytime you want, but you need to go out and vote. I do this every week, but go vote. Vote, vote, vote. Do it by mail, do it by person. Bring your grandmother, bring your friends. Go out and vote. It is so important this time. That's all. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody, all the words and all the artisticness. Thank you.
Thank you. DG Clearing Y'all better go out and vote, or he gonna write a dirty poem about you, okay, man? This man is showing us his diversity in terms of writing, his skills. So if you do not want to get made fun of on the Thursday night online open mic, you better go vote, okay? Thursday night online open mic, we do this every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Normally, you have a better looking host on Thursday nights, and that's La Bruja. She's had some technical difficulties tonight. Make sure you're giving her a follow at La Bruja NYC, at La Bruja NYC on Instagram or on Twitter. Let her know that you missed her and that you can't wait to see her next week because she was really upset that she couldn't do tonight. And like I said, if you want to say something nice about me to her, go ahead. I would appreciate that. All right, now we are going to Rich Daddy to be Glennon. And it feels like we are on a countdown with Rich, because he is going to be a daddy sometime next week. So we know we got him tonight, and then we know we got him on Monday, and then that's it. We don't know when we're going to see him again because he's going to be busy being a daddy. Rich, I heard you spoke to Thomas Fucalaro.
I did, yeah. Great guy. He had the nicest things to say about you. Speaking of, nice things about you. He had a lot of nice things to say about you.
Nice. I'm sending you to the right people. I only send you to people that say nice things about me. But right now it's about you. And I'm sure after you've done your poems, I'm going to say some nice things about you because you are fantastic. I'm glad to hear you, brother. You ready to share?
Thank you. You're very kind. Yes, I am. Just 3 very short pieces. The first one is called Ants. We are ants living in a new shoe that has not been worn yet. Extinction is afoot. Okay. This next piece is called Cavity. There's a word in here called oculus that I just found out the definition of today. An oculus is like a circular window that's in a ceiling. You probably see them in churches or temples or something. But the poem is called Cavity. The table is bound to be a small semicircle with space for only one glass, one plate, one set of utensils. There will be hardly a view, just an oculus of glare during the morning and afternoon, and no window at night. Only lint will fill the glass, the plate, and bridge the tines of the fork, which you will cut with a dulled knife to pass the time, just like you did to the table and the pile of halved guests coiled on the back porch, for there isn't room for anyone else up your own ass. Okay, and I got one more piece. And this is called Goodbye Muse. When my cat flips on his back and gazes at me like I'm his Valentine, it's hard to see him for what he is, a silly cat made of poop. For his eyes are slanted when he's flipped, causing him to resemble a man who's sad because he has a nose on his forehead and triangular ears jutting from his chinless jaw. I would mention something else his face resembles, but he just rolled onto his side and looks too comfortable to disturb, like a koala curled on a potato sack, or a baby seal drying in a hammock. He is presently walking away from me and the persistent tapping of computer keys, with his tall tail like a striped eel hovering above the coral of his rectum, and has now disappeared from the frame of the doorway, which means this poem is over. Okay, thank you.
Put your snaps up for Rich Daddy to be Glennon. Man, I'm gonna miss you. I'm happy that you're getting to be a father. I'm happy you're gonna experience it. I look forward to the poems that come out of you from fatherhood. But man, I'm going to miss you, Rich.
Thank you, sir. I'm gonna miss you too, man.
Where can the people find you online for now?
Rich Glennon on Tumblr and Instagram, And yeah, hopefully I'll see everybody Monday. And yeah, thank you again for all the kind words and to all the poets that came before me. You guys are wonderful. Really talented group of people here.
Thank you, Rich Glennon. Man, I'm gonna get misty-eyed. Like, I know he's gonna come back. It's not like forever, but like, you know, when you become a dad, your priorities change. I'm sure, like becoming a mother. I've never been a mother, so I can't speak, but I'm sure it's very similar that, you know, you become a parent, your priorities change and whatnot, you know, and then he's gonna be like, you know, that Wordz dude and Bruja, they were cool, but my baby's the bomb. I'm gonna hang out with my baby, not a bunch of people online. I understand, Rich. I understand. All right. I need some energy, man. I need some energy. We're gonna bring on someone who I know brings energy and some awesome footwear, and that is Metronome. I'm asking to unmute her so we can see. Ooh.
Brand new.
Right out the bag, brand new. I saw
Yes. Stepping on stage.
There we go. I love it. I love it.
Good to see you tonight. Yeah, I missed Monday, so I'm glad I got to see you. That's awesome.
Yeah, and you know what? We got on the waiting list, and I was about to call your name, and I was like, "Oh, you're not here."
I never got the email, so I wasn't sure. I was gonna try to pull it off, but I had Domino's with my mom's friends, so.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Well, like I said, I'm happy to see you. And right now, I'm feeling a little soft, man, because you know I'm a Miss Rich. So I need that Bay Area toughness, and I know no matter what you do, you're gonna bring it. Get ahead, Metronome.
I'm gonna bring it. Thank you. All right. Messages cut me off in traffic, telling me to go dub one, slowing me down, speeding me up, causing me to make a U-turn back to I. Tell me who can travel on the one beat, on the 16th, on the half note, on the half beat, on the quarter note. Tell me who can travel fast, go standard, always up to par and stay within the whole beat. Tell me who can surf on the entire beat without retreat. Who can choose to increase and decrease within the same hook? Tell me who can maintain the mood and conquer the struggle and emote the pure feelings. All of the above, all at the same time. Tell me who can flow on the pure, on the dependable, solid, consistent, complete beat. Tell me who can drop it on the one and embrace the struggle and conquer it at the same time. Tell me who can control the never-changing, inevitable flow. I'll tell you who. The musical carrier, the word transporter, the poetic messenger, the beat deliverer, the beat controller, beat shipper, song bearer, poem courier, note transporter, melody carrier, rap reporter, instrumental conqueror, tune fixer, verse maker, rhyme taker, song distributor, authentic groover, rhythm owner, rock porter, tune runner, acoustic administrator, soul servant, hip hop hurrier, harmony mover, ragamuffin delegate, ska signature, reggae wailer, dub server, trench town rocker, ragtime captive, dance hall victim, rub-a-dub speaker, shift shaker, beat timer, heart ticker, spirit rocker, word reporter, poetic justicer, stanza sunder, soul storyteller, nutty singer, tough gong listener, reggae reteller, roots router, steady rocker, metronome beat maker, fresh off the jaw presses, delivering the real news. That's who. I surf on the waves of rhythm, expressing what I've been through and who I am. I walk to my own beat as the spirit transcends, employed in my musical work. What a bam bam, keeping me safe on the one so I can properly express my feels, upholding notes in between the sheets of the paper, holding the pen for a tight grip, ancient callus on my right hand, hitting the beat with no pain, no shame, innocent criminal stealing verses and words from dictionaries, looking up at the old school encyclopedias, holding the great knowledge of the underground poet, love laureate, roaring the word, dropping the mic, never giving up the good fight, spitting the street poetry, fast and slow, never selling out, experiencing life, reporting back, roots fact checker, one Lord lover, guided by the heart beat, keeping me in the street style, filing all the great tunes in my ear, never forgetting who were my influencers, inspired by the legend, guiding my feet, always traveling back on the one beat.
What? Snap it up for Metronome. Up in the production game and everything. Great intro, great outro, and then your energy throughout. Oh. I love it. I knew you was gonna get me amped, man. I think someone else said it in there. Like, you getting me amped. I'm supposed to sit here and host an open mic now, and I'm amped. Metronome. Thank you so much for coming through. You know I love that Bay Area energy too. I've spoken about it, and we're still off the map, right? We still
are.
All right.
We are, but I can't wait till the world opens up because I'm coming to New York for performing Monday and Thursday night. I have to do it, so can't wait.
That's what's up, man. I get to see the shoe game up close.
In real life.
Thank you, Metronome. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good night.
That is Metronome. She is a mainstay here on the Monday nights and the Thursday night online open mic. Real quick, I keep mentioning the Monday night. Most of you do show up to the Monday night, but some of you who don't, we do it by themes. Next week, we already did Mirage. So next week, our theme is Mortal Enemy, Inanimate Object. That should be a fun one. The week after that is the Halloween. It's going to be spooky. Right next to open mic, it's going to be great. Third one's going to be Well of Positivity because it's going to be the day before the election. And then the week after, right, the poem is going to be It's Going to Be Okay. Now, depending on who you vote for, depending on who you win, maybe it's going to be it's going to be okay, or maybe it's gonna be okay. Who knows? Maybe you want to write both and prepare, but that's what it is. Again, that's on my Instagram, and that's what we do on Mondays. And yeah, let's keep it moving, man. Let's keep it moving. Next up, I got John Grishow. I think I'm saying that right, and I know the last time I said his name, I asked him if I was saying it right, and I think he said I was right.
And yeah, hey, Advocate, how are you?
I'm good. I'm happy to see you again. I'm glad that you got on. We're able to hear you. So let me mute myself and let you get into it. Go ahead, John.
All right. I've got two pieces that are about bicycling. This first one is Acento. You road I enter upon and look around. I believe you are not all that is here. It is possible. It is possible at least sometimes. It is possible, especially now. The heat makes this place of the woods a room in which two robins pain. Sweet life, my love, didn't you ever try this delicacy? The marrow in the bone, all this and not ordinary, not unordered, and not resembling. Somewhere on the road is everything you want. My heart is deeply rooted in the land. So Acento is an assembled poem that has lines from Mahmoud Darwish, Walt Whitman, William Carlos Williams, Lorraine Niedecker, Gertrude Stein, and Rachel Richardson. And this is a poem about me falling off my bicycle. When you are falling off your bicycle, there is this moment between when you know you're going to hit the ground and you hit the ground. So you have about just a little bit of time to, enjoy that before something painful happens to you. So this is that moment. One day, that curve of the trail was so slick, you see. Spring rain, diffuse dredge of river silt washed over its plain. The gloss and the grease of it barely hinted at, not contained, and he was too joyous of the freedom of that flight, too committed to the curve, leaning hard, her body tucked tight, too sure of two-wheeled, two-toned deaf birthright, too full of wonder, distracted delight in the sounds and the starts of those woods that wind light. In the slant of the sun through the trees and that breeze, disregard diagnosis, despair, or disease, or the ease with which flesh tears from hands, strips from knees.
Oh, he snaps out for John Grishow.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate your poetry so much. Now you're published, correct?
No, just playing. Yeah,
man, you need to get published. You need to get. I like your approach, and I like the fact that what is it called again? Acento?
Oh, yeah, Acento. They were. It's a poem completely from other people's poetry. Maybe one of the best known books is the Wolf Cento book by Simone Monk. But they're really a lot of fun to write, and it's a great exercise. They were originally 100 lines, which is where the Cento part comes from. But yeah, it's really fun to do. You should try it.
Yeah, when you first said it, I was like, wait a second. How many lines is that? That's where my mind went. And what I also appreciate you bring good poetry tonight, and I appreciate you bringing some knowledge about the craft. Everyone's learning something, and a little history, man. I'm an advocate of words. I appreciate that. I'm a little biased with it. John, where can the people find you online?
Right here, man. Right here.
Oh, snap. Every Thursday night at the New York Open Mic. John, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Hey, listen, I love you here on Thursday nights, but don't be a stranger with Monday night either, okay?
Absolutely.
All right. Cool. I send the Monday night kids after you, man. I'm always coming into the Thursday night trying to pull people to Monday night. Yeah, you can hang out with Bruja. She's doing nothing on Monday. Come on, hang out with us. I love it. All right. Next coming up is the wild card. The man who is probably, you've seen, been cheering you on a great deal in the chat, and that is the Withdrawn. Let me ask to unmute the Withdrawn.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. Seen you a lot. Saw you Monday. I know you were in the chat with you Wednesday, yesterday, and today. Are you signing up for the show tomorrow?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Okay, so I'm gonna see that.
Because it's perfect. I got back to social media on Wednesday, and I emailed Peggy. It was like, I'm in there like somewhere. So.
And you're gonna come to the erotic open mic on Saturday, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. All right. I will put the info out there right after the Withdrawn is about, because I know everyone's ears perked up like, what? There's an erotic open mic? Yes. But right now, we're going to listen to Withdrawn. Go ahead, brother.
All right. So this is part 2 of 4 of the last New York piece I worked on. I'm going to need something new to play back. So we need that meditation mixtape ASAP. Mess her up so bad she got a lip now. Got them asking me, wow, what'd you do to her body? I'm trying to walk like Wendy. Fuck around and make her also forget how to use her legs, because Janet done got it too. When the teacher heals, she can teach you, Miss Vega. But for now, you too gotta imperfectly walk like Wendy. As a sorry, I'll take Escobar shopping and bar hopping up in Soho. When someone tries to test her, she's like, no ho, not today. After I drop her off, I take these 2 out to eat. Ray Jane, you wear red. Walanda, green. Walk around in August looking like Christmas trees. Place my tongue on different spots around your bodies like ornaments. Keep them propped up top like the stars at the tip, because that's exactly what you gorgeous black queens is. I chased these dreams 125 different times in 125 different lives. And each one ended with a quote from Cinda Lawrence's poem. My gut feels out of place. You are aware of the direction I'm headed with this, babe. So you in Manhattan too. You know how some people can use their tongue to tie up a cherry stem? Well, let me shove in my tongue and try tying up your intestines. And here we are talking about sex, so he probably somewhere upset. Tez wants me to please keep it PG because he probably ain't been getting any ass lately. I don't know what opening up your mouth was about or if your goal was to troll, but I appreciate the hate in the comments you made. This poem is up now. You can see that I tagged you with your handle in the piece. I also hope you enjoyed the little few lines of clout. You made a bad move trying to put me down. It's glued to my head, so sorry, not sorry, but you ain't knocking over this king's crown. All right, Siri. Redirect my energy, redirect my route, reach the dead end, time to turn back around. Hey, Jules, I'm trying to refrain from falling in love because you're so far away, but I just want to run to shoot straight for your chest and mark your heart with this Thompson. When the clock strikes midnight at 12:00, I promise I'm gonna fill you up with dick, Antoinette. She told me before, I'm in my own lane. Having doubts that I can't get her to nut number 929 because for the past hour, I've been stuck at nut number 928. Miss Marie teases me by throwing over my eyes a blindfold, not warning when she's gonna throw it back. So I'll be forced to catch, like I won't have the opportunity or chance to acerbate though. Calling up to the stage both Monica with the C and Monica with the K. I'm trying to bang it D using some tantalizing products and okay. You gotta have on the Puma heels as I put my face between you. Sex drive high, but my business kept on the low, and medium is how I like my burger done, with some pink. Feed me with what you got that's both pretty and pink. I want to know if you remember that time in Japan when we got so smacked off that international delivery from Jada's Sweet Shop and I overdosed on 79 kinds of cupcakes. We went to go visit Poeta Q and my guy got high with us too. Shortly after, you invited me to the crib to get it in, and I was like, Mira, I know you read books, but I'm trying to read your facial expressions in this reflection, so I got a question. Mirror, mirror on the wall, can mirror, mirror, deep throat it all. And part 3 next Thursday.
I hit the wrong button. Snap it up for the withdrawn. If y'all follow along with this community, you know a lot of references to the poets and then the references to some of their poems and some of their dirty poems too. But I do have to say, man, and I think that I can speak on behalf of Paul Conqueso. Yo, how we not in this poem, man? How we not in this poem,
Yo,
man?
I gotcha. This poem is 4 parts long. So I mentioned at least 50 people in this piece.
I gotcha. Then, you know, headliner Conqueso, man. They you know it. Like, it's like you building up the tension. So when it's time to release, yo, better be good. Brother, welcome back to social media. Where can the people find you online?
Thank you. You can find me at thewithdrawn.com, The Withdrawn on Instagram. It's a blessing to be able to connect with y'all again. And thank you so much for the love. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you.
Thank you. That is The Withdrawn right there, man. I saw Paul's face, man. Paul's face was coming apart. I was like, I'm there with you, Paul. We should be in it. But, you know, maybe in the headliner. All right, real quick. As I had promised, let me see if I can open that up so that I can show you the flyer I was talking about before. There it is. So that flyer is on, once again, my Instagram. This Saturday, we have the erotic open mic. All the information's there. It's probably going to be a little hard to see it on Zoom, but that is the flyer to look for when you go on my Instagram. It's the erotic open mic, the masked poet. We're going to be playing with masks and everything. And it's with Tantalizing Productions and Monica S. Martinez, and she's the queen. She does not play, and it is really important for her to keep a safe space because we want people to be open about things and to go there, and they do, and I love it. Those of you who haven't checked it out, you missing out. The gentlemen are looking fine, the women are looking fine, the poetry is fine. Like here is center, and then we go left. Okay, well, that's my left. Maybe I don't know, the screen is on your left. Okay, whatever. That was my left, I promise. So make sure that you come check it out. Okay, let's keep moving forward with Net Vega, who got a shout out on this poem. Me and Paul Conqueso didn't, but Net Vega did, representing the Bronx. She don't come to Monday night anymore, so I got to come to Thursday to see her.
Listen, I do come. Cut it out, all right? Cut it out.
You never sign up, though. You never sign up.
I don't. I like hearing everybody. That's why. I have my moments, especially with all this like teaching stuff. Listen, I'm stressed.
No, I know. I had seen in the private messages, you and Paul Conqueso. So again, shout out to Paul, talking about being teachers and whatnot. And you do come and support. I appreciate it. I'm just being totally selfish. I don't hear you anymore. So I get to hear you now. Also, Overdose, I got your message. I will be calling you later, brother. But right now, we're going to hear Net Vega, who I haven't heard in a while. So spoil me. Go ahead.
Yes. All right. What's up, New York fam? So I got 2 pieces for you guys. The first piece is titled Movies versus Reality. Here it goes. Watching Prince Charming save the princess from a life of turmoil. A big wedding, a white dress, and happiness before hitting the soil. Romeo and Juliet, a love unforeseen. While families are at war, their love ends tragically. Little girls grow up awaiting true love, believing they're stuck in a life that seems rough. Single parent homes are just as bad as unfaithful marriages. Watching mommy sneak around, hoping papi isn't pushing anyone else's carriage. Sleepless nights listening to mommy's cries of heartbreak. Meanwhile, she tells me true love is worth the wait. Un día va a encontrar un amor de verdad, un amor que no te va a hacer sufrir y todo te lo dará. Growing up, falling in love with movies that have a happy ending. Looking in the mirror, wondering when will it be my turn to live happily. We grow up with a vision of happiness and family, but little do we know of the world's reality. Second time's a charm, as it turns out, because this love was worth the wait without a doubt. End poem. So that was my first piece. This second piece, I was in a funk, and I was pretty tight, because when we try to do better for ourselves in society, someone's always coming around saying, oh, she changed and this and that. So it kind of sucks, right? So I was just in the flow of it. So here we go. This one is called No Tagalongs. This is my new shit, so bear with me. I sit and I write. I think about life, what it means to represent and fight the good fight. I sit and I write, feeling this just ain't right. Reminding myself others relate to this life. The envy is real. There's haters, it's clear. When you better yourself, the bullshit gets near. So I sit and I write about this thing we call life. We're unique with no fear. Our image, our shield. But at times we forget the importance of self. We aspire, inspire, and admire with fire. We're made up of flaws. Let's loosen our cups. It's vital, remember, it's okay to fuck up. So I sit and I write. I get to that pause where I realize I'm me and admit to my flaws. The expression of we. It's my time to speak. I stop and I breathe to give you a thought from me. It takes a lot for me to admit my wrongs. I learned putting my pride aside hurts no one. I've glimpsed at pics and realized some shit. Society portrays a crazy flawed image. I've never been one to tag along, to doll myself up with the makeup on. I've never been one to fake the funk. I've said my verse and I've never changed it up. It took some time for me to accept my flaws. It's good to know that I'm not the only one. I realized that it's fine to step it up. If they don't prefer you, then it's their loss. I got my own style and I show no fear. My hoodies and tins are my favorite gear. I top it off with my big hoop earrings and I add that extra touch with the red lipstick. My hair is wild and my eyes are big. Loving that Spanglish when I talk my shit. I'm that New Yorican chick, ain't no shame in it. I'm the one you talk about on some hate and shit, wishing you were me instead of observing it. I'm imperfectly perfect and I'm proud of it. I show tiger stripes with pride. There's no need to hide. Got my blended family that's ride or die. Educating the next gen on this unfair life to get up and not give up for their rights. We all know it takes greatness to change old ways. It's a shame, we need change. Things can't stay the same, cause to them, our life is a fucking game. Be real and be clear, it's us they fear. We refuse to remain stagnant, so we take the wheel. We don't need no tag-alongs for the fame. It's the way we are, we're just simply great. So I sit and I write to produce my light. Sometimes it's what we need to reflect on life. End poem.
Snap it up for Ned Vega.
Thanks.
Withdrawn, copied my favorite line, to put my pride aside hurts no one.
Thanks, guys.
That was like a humble yet aggressive gangster poem. I love the mix. And what's funny is you had talked about writing, and when you had mentioned the word shield, that's when I noticed the sword behind you. I was like, right, yeah. Cutting people up. You from the Bronx. Net Vega, where can the people find you online?
Well, you guys can find me on Facebook, Janet Escobar Vega, and on Instagram, Imperfectly Perfect.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Net Vega. I remember the first time I saw her name on there, I thought it was like her internet provider, and then she forgot to take that out and put Imperfectly Perfect. So I was calling her Imperfectly Perfect, but like then I realized, then I found out later, like Net is short for her first name, which I'm not gonna put out there because I don't know if she wants it out there or not. But yeah, that's why I wasn't calling her Net Vega, because I was like, you know, why didn't she change her internet provider? I've never heard of Net Vega. Like that's what I thought, but no. Awesome. So that always sticks out. I know I'm weird. I'm a poet. I'm a tormented artist, like Dane Ince. Okay, we are going to Japan now with a gentleman I haven't gotten here in a while. Poetic, or is it Poetic Q? I always mess this up. Poetic or Poetic Q?
Poetak.
Yeah. Poetak. I love this dude. If you guys haven't seen him on the open mic, prepare yourselves. And I see he's got his video ready. So everyone prepare yourselves. We're going to be taking a trip in Japan with Poetak.
Advocate, I want to say sorry because I couldn't join the Poetry Slam for Peace, even though you introduced me to the producer. So please give him my best regard.
I most certainly will. It was no problem, man. I know it was a little bit last second, but I thought, he's looking for different people, and I thought of you, and that's why I mentioned it. But it's all right. Don't worry about it. So go ahead, man.
Tonight, last month, I got this magazine, I Can Breathe. I read, I was so surprised to find, because there's a lots of poets from New York, Rosa, Legend, Paul Latour Genius, Ted Zomok, Withdrawn, Bruja, Wendy, Nikki, any other one else? I was so inspired. I want to join this magazine by this online. So I called this new poem movie, I Can't Breathe. So I hope you all like it. Please watch. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. You fucking need. Fucking brutality. Fucking priority. Fucking fake history. Fucking democracy. Fucking in them only. Fucking feel so lonely. Fucking the right poetry. Fucking not profanity. Fucking hey, where you going? Fucking I'm going to New York. Fucking what's the purpose? Fucking the reading. Fucking what are you gonna read? Fucking please speak quietly. Fucking shut the fuck up. Fucking narcissism. Fucking racism. Fucking algorithm. Fucking make us biased. Fucking surrealism. Fucking heroism. Fucking .com. Fucking close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Exhale. The birds are singing. The leaves are rustling. Your heart is beating. Can't you feel vibrations? Like planets revolving around the sun. All of your electrons are orbiting around each nucleus. Quarks and gravitons are dancing along. They keep on meeting and partying in harmony. This world is a huge concert hall. Listen to the other sound and play your own. Play the symphony chord. What a wonderful world. Feel the bubble. Echo chamber. Broken telephone. Polarization. Cyber cascade. Risky ship. PC. Forced consensus, majority bias, approval desire, megalomania, egocentrism, segregation, autocracy, hypocrisy, and the brute. I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can breathe, I can't 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 breathe. Pray for all the victims. I can't breathe. Thank you.
Nap it up for Poet Talk. Then you always bring in some new, different type of energy to the open mics. I love it. I'm so happy I got to host tonight to hear you. Please let the people know where they can find you, because I know you've got this stuff up on your YouTube.
All right, this is all my accounts. I hope you all watch it. Thank you all, everybody. Thank you for advocates. Thank you for watching, audience. See you next month or thank you.
Thank you. Poet Talk. I love it, man. I love it. That's why I really enjoy these open mics. People bringing different energy, trying different things. That's what's art. You don't want everyone to sound the same. And I love the newness. And like, we go for 2.5 hours. And I've been doing the numbers, and 80, 85, 90% of the people who attend our shows stay for the whole 2.5 hours. It's hard to retain numbers like that. Even if you have like 2/3 of the audience stays for 2.5 hours. That's amazing. And as host, I would love to take credit, but I can't. It's all about you guys, and I love it. So thank all of y'all. Thank y'all, Poetic. Next up, I have, and I don't know, Bill Elkins. I have Bill Elkins, and if I remember correctly, he's very familiar with the Thursday night, and I don't see him. And I know he has a guitar, and he'd be playing too, man. And I think he's the one who has that really like big living room. I know, right? I be looking into people's living room, but I look like, yo, we should host open mic there, look decked out, you know? That's when you know, that person you have a crush on for long, that's the place you want to bring them. Yeah, this is my place. It was awesome. All right. But we don't have them. Though I do have a Catman Bill, and I'm assuming that's Bill Katz. Am I right? Let me unmute him. We're gonna unmute Bill Katz because I don't see a Catman Bill anywhere. I'm asking you to unmute Bill Katz. You should be able to, yeah, there you go.
There we go, yeah.
So are you Catman Bill, or is this just a weird coincidence?
I'm Catman Bill.
Okay, so how do you want me to call you? Bill Katz or Catman Bill?
Catman.
Okay, Catman. So have you ever been on the Thursday night before?
I'm virgin territory tonight.
Woo! Go pop the cherry. That's what La Bruja would say. But the next time you're on Thursday night, tell her that it's your first time ever on, so she could sing the song. I don't want to do it a disjustice because I cannot sing. But Bill, I appreciate having you on. You look like you're ready to go in. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
Okay, so just a little intro to the song Blue Days. I was driving back from Tennessee last August, and you have to think about something. So this line started twirling around in my head. There are good people and bad ones wherever you go. Just seems like the bad ones are stealing the show. And after about a half hour of that just swirling around in my head, I rushed into a truck stop and wrote it down. And a week later, I had Blue Days. I like the sunshine every day, even like the rains of early May. Cold winds are fine on a winter's day. I want it all to stay this way. One thing I don't like, and you could guess, the ass in the White House making a mess. There are good people and bad ones wherever you go. Just seems like the bad ones are stealing the show. They'll twist and shout, make others scream. Their deeds are causing a horrible swing. I like the sunshine every day, even like the rains of early May. Cold winds are fine on a winter's day. I want it all to stay this way. You've been sold a high-price bill of goods. He'll turn all your friends into mean, ugly hoods. He'll say he's done nothing wrong at all, then put you in detention halls. One thing I don't like, and you could guess, the ass in the White House making a mess. I like the sunshine every day, even like the rains of early May. Cold winds are fine on a winter's day. I want it all to stay this way. A Trump sandwich is made out of white bread. It's full of bologna and Russian Klotsky. Day and night, it's what we're fed. He tweets and he feeds us more lay dead. I like the sunshine every day, even like the rains of early May. Cold winds are fine on a winter's day. I want it all to stay this way. I want it all to stay this way.
Snap it up for Catman Bill.
Thank you.
Oh, Catman, I love it. I love it. I love the energy, man. Thank you for coming on. Where are you located?
I'm in Hartford, Connecticut.
Oh, okay. So you're here on the East Coast with us. That's what's up. Where can the people find you online, sir?
Oh, nowhere, but I did just write a book on Donald Trump called Donald's Vanity Tantrums here. And that can be found anywhere. But, and I'm really slow with social media, you know, I'm about 20 years too late. But I can be found by my email address, which is bcats321@gmail.com.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm glad that you were able to figure out Zoom and come on and add to today. And I also want to let you know that everyone was talking about your poster. Now we know it's the cover for your book. So if you can, put that information into the chat so people can copy and paste it and go look it up. Donald's Vanity Tantrums.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know where is the chat on this? I mean, I'm not even sure. Copy link. I'm not even sure, and I don't want to. I can't take your time up, but
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, and we don't want to lose you. We don't want to lose you, so it's okay. But
okay.
We'll have the people Google it. Y'all, someone in the chat Google it, and if you find the link, put it in there. Donald's Vanity Tantrums. Love it, and the cover looks good, man. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Catman. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
That was Catman Bill. And I saw people talking in the chat about like, why are you in the shower, in the bathroom, and driving? You get these good poems. I'm gonna break down real quick. There's a scientific part to it, all right? There's the cerebral cortex and the limbic system in our brain. The cerebral cortex is where we're all artsy-fartsy. Limbic system is what saves our ass. Like when you see a big dog coming after you and you run with adrenaline and you're able to jump the fence you're not before, and all of a sudden you're brave enough to run against a car because you're more afraid of the dog. That's what happens. So when you're stressed out, you cannot write. But if you're driving, anyone who drives knows there's just something about that's kind of relaxing, right? Your cerebral cortex is like, ooh, we could play. We don't need to be afraid. Or if you're in the shower, okay? But if you're in the shower and you're anxious, you're not going to get a good ideas, okay? So the limbic system, look it up, man. Scientific. It is scientifically proven that writer's block doesn't exist. I did extensive research. I could do like a 2-hour lecture. Welcome to my TED Talk. But no, we got to move forward. and I hope I say your name right. If I say it wrong, please correct me. Dean DeForge, and I saw D in here. There he is. I'm gonna ask to unmute him, and he's gonna let me know if I pronounced his name right or not. Oh, it's Dylan.
Yeah.
They sent me Dian, Dyan. That's why I said I know how to pronounce Dylan. Dylan, how are you?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing great.
Have you now? I'm not familiar with you, but have you been on the Thursday night?
First time here.
What? Don't tell La Bruja. I'm
No,
telling you.
I won't.
Yeah, you want her to sing to you. She's gonna sing "Pop, You're Cherry Baby," and I'm not gonna ruin the song, but she's gonna do it. So you just tell her this is your first time. All of y'all, don't snitch on these people, man. They deserve the song. Okay. So Dylan, where are you located?
I'm in the sleepy suburbs of Saugus, Massachusetts. I'm East Coast.
Okay.
I'm an undergrad student at Salem State, and I'm actually working on a chapbook for my thesis. And I have a couple pieces set up for that.
To share right now?
Sure, yeah.
Fantastic. I'm gonna mute myself. Dylan DeForge, welcome to the Thursday Night Online Open Mic. Go ahead.
Thanks, man. So this first one's kind of like a ekphrasis. I'm not good with those words. But it's based off this painting by Mama Anderson called Gone for Good. It's called Pent Up House. The power strip underneath a mound of newspaper clippings suffered so much strain and wear. It was only a matter of time before it gave out, but it did so with a flourish of flames that ate a wooden TV dinner table, read a stack of leather-bound books of German history, laughed, open-mouthed, fork-tongued at the doodles on envelopes from post office shifts, shook tan curtains carrying the dust of ancients, kicked around aluminum cans of seltzer rolling on the floor, cracked open plastic shelved school supply boxes in every hue, skimmed tapes of recorded programs and classic movies, bow-legged Bambi running through the forest, and escape from a burning city in the Civil War, studied the faces of tiki statuettes arranged by size, jammed to 45s and yellowed paper jackets, ripped off the plastic on unopened cases of manila envelopes, filled the bottoms of Nilla wafer cardboard boxes, cooled their faces in front of white plastic floor fans nobody uses anymore, tested the blackened light bulbs all thrown in a basket, wrote on a melting typewriter at a desk and bookshelf combo, huddled in the corner, put on the mask for the breathing machine just to know what oxygen tastes like, dueled with coat hangers crying on guard, crawled up the stairs, fissured planks of rotted wood to get to higher ground. This next one is called Movie Night, and it starts off with an epigraph from Vincent Farini. For the blood of the tenement stopped, and ours were the hands removing the knife. Movie night. When I stopped at the typewriter, I put a blank page in. The legs of my chair tiptoed away from my desk. The furniture danced on peg legs, clicking like claves. Apparitions flashed in and out of a closet mirror. I gone grocery shopping earlier in the week. The shillelagh of sage sat crisping in a bowl. I pulled out a box of videotapes and plugged in the TV. D-list monster movies, mummified in plastic. Going through them was the only way to get rid of the guests. Teenage actors spun around a bare living room, paired with dollar store synthesizers as the soundtrack. I turned over my shoulder to the outline the beanbag chair and said, "You really want to watch this garbage?" The desk lamp clicks on and off twice. Figured that was code for yes. Gourmet popcorn floats out of my bag and falls to the carpet. Sucks not to have a stomach, eh? A guitar pick planchette spells on a sheet of paper, "It probably ain't good anyway, a-hole." I nodded off halfway through another tape. Something about a detective running from giant tomatoes. The carpet was stained with tears and the lamp flickered. They wrote Jamie was here and thank you in blood on the mirror. I do this every night. I'm slowly pulling out the razor blade. When I stopped at the typewriter before bed, I put another blank page in.
Put your snaps up for Dylan. Dylan DeForge, not Deanne, Dylan. Awesome, man. Awesome. So what is your major? You said that this chapbook is your thesis. What is your major?
Yeah, English major at Salem State University. Yeah.
And what is it you want to do? What is your focus?
The focus, there are kind of like three main topics that I want to kind of go over. There are some poems that kind of deal with mental illness and kind of connection with like family in a way. I'm just
sounds like every good artist I know, but continue.
Yeah. I'm just doing a project to help, my grandparents during COVID. And then there's talking about identity when it comes to, masculinity. I have a bunch of these poems that are kind of like riffing on masculine stereotypes and stuff like that, or hyper masculinity, just because I've been subjected to it, and also just identity when it comes to like sexuality and stuff, and just trying to weave around that mess.
I got you. Dylan, where can the people find out about you and more of your work?
I have a card page set up. I'm actually going to put it in the link right now. And it has, if you click on the icons, you can just maneuver around. But if you click on the icons, it'll show my Twitter and my Instagram. So.
Awesome. Dylan, thank you so much, man. Make sure that you come back, okay?
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to tell La Bruja that you've been, okay? You get the song sung.
Yeah, baby.
Right?
My first time.
There you go. There you go. You an actor too. I appreciate it. Thank you, Dylan.
Thanks.
Dylan DeFore. Sorry, we got through our guaranteed list. We have some time for our waiting list. Real quick, I just want to give a shout out to people like Luciana, who always checks in. English is not her native language, but she is learning English through us, and of course, other ways. And soon enough, we are going to hear her poetry step by step. I just wanted to put that out there. Also, CB. Chance told me I should know who CB is. I'm not sure. Her face doesn't look familiar. Pretty face. I'm not hitting on you, but very pretty face. I don't know who you are. But I always see you showing up. So I want to give a shout out. And of course, the Overdose. Rose Gold Poet is here. Mashid is here, always checking in. So there's a bunch of people. I'm trying to get Timothy Belgrave, who's having a hard time getting on the mic. Sorry. So now we're going to go to the open mic, and we are going to go to Paul Conqueso. And it feels like we've already spoken to Paul because he's been mentioned so much tonight, except in Withdrawn's poem. The only time we didn't hear Paul Conqueso. How are you,
What's
Paul?
up with that, man? How come we can't be sexualized? Poetalk can be visited, but we can't be visited here in the tribe. Like, whatever, man.
I don't know with what you're wearing right now. Like, how is the Withdrawn not writing a poem right now, man?
How is he not withdrawn to me?
I don't know. Right. I just want you to know, Paul, I got your back. All right. And the next time I write dirty poems, I'm gonna have you in mind. Okay.
I'll dedicate one right back to you at the Saturday Central open mic.
I look forward to it. You see the Withdrawn, how easy it is? Go ahead, Paul, rock out.
All right. So speaking of sexuality and sensuality, I have a piece I think is kind of appropriate. This is called Mummified. Let me lick you up and down till you say stop, and then I actually stop, because despite mixed signals sent in R&B we all grew up on, and consent feeling like a four-letter word these days, consent means everything. Because quite like the girl who took my virginity, sometimes we hear stop and process that to mean don't actually stop at all, try harder, fuck them raw, anyway, against their will. But that response is 3 levels into the deepest waking violation, saying you're not hungry, and someone force-feeding you poison food, making you chew an ecstasy tablet when you're not in the mood. See, what happened to me at 17 has indelibly etched itself into the bark of the tree of my memory, a switchblade chiseling her initials into me, eternally marring sex for me, damaging reflexes mid-intimacy. I pause and flinch when partners ask whose this is, and I am not sure. Or get on top to ride, close my eyes, and I'm transmogrified to adolescent again, powerless, transported back to when I said no to no avail. And yet the failure was not mine. The failure to act, the lack of assertiveness, to pull myself back from cervical wall, failure to push her thighs apart from mine, a boy forever frozen in time. You know, they're lying when they say you're either fight or flight. What's not brought up is the plight of that third instinct where every muscle, eyelid, fist, and both feet lock tight and they become a parasite unto your mind, and the demon priestess on top of you begins to embalm your body right before your eyes. You are mummified alive. Sticking sticks into cerebral cortex to scramble your brain, liquefy common sense, common response to run, ripping organs out one by one, storing parts of me in jars to keep. First comes the genitals, never again to belong to you. Coming becomes an act of shame, only to associate with that very day. The tongue clipped and preserved like beef jerky, a piece of you dried until calcified, not to lick anyone up and down, despite your desires for salaciousness. Next comes the heart, beating so fast and scarred, wrapped and tossed into a ceramic bell jar, and you are quite honestly horrified how it no longer syncopates for you. Then come the eyes, snatched and sewed tight, sockets shut, never to open again, even in fleeting seconds of ecstasy. Last goes the pride, which you never even knew was an organ at all, till you watched it fall and tumble right out from your butchered anatomy to crawl on the floor like some primordial leech, like a scene from Alien, like that parasite which took your life, and you realize that pride will never again occur for you naturally. And the saddest thing is once you're finally a finished product, preserved body, a dying commodity, modified, mummified, raised from the crypt again and again at their behest, reading inscriptions from the Book of the Dead, and you become walking sarcophagus in every sense for reason unknown to every partner ever since. You never once stopped to analyze or unwrap the tattered cloths or examine the jars caked in dry blood, tears, and many years of pent-up pain, this cacophony of throb and sting never once unleashed except in your poetry. And so you rewrap your face in this well-preserved mask of shame, the bandages of alpha male, ladies man, fragmented being, cursed to crawl the earth and assume the mantle of anything but the mummified boy you've been since 17, kept in the base of the Sphinx. And in any case, pleasure should ever build pyramids from your skin, once again kissing itself as an offering to the sun god Ra, to deliver you the threshold of mortality, and never make you feel the shame and agony of being deconstructed while still alive. And so you try to bury yourself, not only in the sand, an ostrich again, but in any woman which will have you, perhaps devour and press you into the earth. So let's get it on then. Let me do all the things you want me to do. 'Cause tonight, baby, I wanna get freaky with you. But only if you clearly and honestly want me beyond the flesh and can respect consent. Well, then I guess I can give this green light to truly unwrap and at last fold myself into you, like I have long been dying inside to do.
Snap it up for Paul Conqueso. Man, that's a lot. That was a lot of different emotions and thoughts right in there, man. Appreciate poets being vulnerable so much. I appreciate it.
We're amongst family, so I feel like there's never anything that I can't say in front of y'all, and all of my baggage, my skeletons, my demons are y'all's, because there's so much trust in this community, you know?
No doubt. I appreciate it. Thank you, Paul. I always tell people when it comes to the arts, look, we're trying to create safe spaces, but that doesn't mean art is safe.
Absolutely.
You know, art is not safe. Try to create safe spaces to share it, but it's not safe. Best artists go to those places that are not safe. Paul, thank you for your bravery. Where can the people follow you online, brother?
Y'all can find me at Paul Conqueso on IG and Venmo, and follow the link tree if you follow me on IG, because then there's all the links to my publishing and all the things that we're doing with I Can't Breathe, etc. Thank you so much, Advocate. I appreciate you, brother. Love all of you.
Thank you, Paul. Yes, Paul does publish and tries to work a lot with the community and all of that. And just to try to bring a little lightness to the mood right now, and a little humor, all right? The withdrawn, you have Paul Conqueso's consent to write about him. Hint, hint, hint. Okay, so now what I want to do is Daniel Caro here? Is there a Daniel here? I don't see, it's the waiting list. People gotta come, especially if I host, man. I like to get to my waiting list, make people's nights. Kawana James. Is Kawana James here? I don't see a Kawana James either. Okay. Is Noah Pelletieri here? I know who she is, and she's using her brother's account. She's not on. Phoenix Rhymes? Phoenix Rhymes? No Phoenix Rhymes. Man, people at home like, damn, I couldn't get on the open mic. I'm saying your name. Daniel Lee Bellamy. Anyone here? Daniel Lee Bellamy? Nope. That's the whole waiting list. All right. Nobody move. I want my shit to put on the video and to unmute themselves. My shit, unmute yourself.
Hey.
My shit, you are always coming through and supporting. You are always giving love to the poets, and you hardly sign up. I haven't heard you in a while, and I appreciate you, and you're always here to listen. So I'm about to offer something I've never offered anyone, and I thought about this, and you're here, and it's serendipitous that you were here, and then I'm hosting Thursday night. As people know, I host a Monday night online open mic, and I'm always creating themes. I have not created a theme for November 16th, which is a month from now. My shit, I would like for you to give me the theme or the prompt for November 16th. Now, if I'm putting you on the spot and you don't want to say right now, you don't have to. But the next time you come on Monday, or if you think about it later tonight, you can hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. I want you to tell me, on November 16th, I'm going to make it your day because you are always showing love and coming to listen to people. So.
Oh my God. Okay. I'll come through for you. Thank you.
Okay. So make sure you hit me up. Like I say, you don't have to do it right now, but make sure you hit me up and let me know because I haven't heard you in months. And yet you were here Monday and Thursday. You are attended more of the open mics than I have because I'm not always here Thursday.
Oh
so,
my.
We're going to put it on you, all right? All right? So you're going to hit me up. All right, thank you.
Yes, I got you.
All right. Thank you, my shit. You could go back into anonymity in the back and just warriorism now. I know some people like, don't put me on the spot. I'm here to support. I love showing the support. So we have gotten to everyone on the open mic. And I have room for one more, Timothy Belgrave, who hit me up saying, I always have trouble. He's always showing up. And he's having trouble getting on. Timothy, if you're there, I am breaking the laws of the New Yorican. And even though you're not on the waiting list, I give it to you if you're there. Timothy, are you there? I'm going to unmute Timothy, see if he's there. No.
No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Are you hearing me?
Yeah,
I will
I
be
hear
Monday.
you.
I will be Monday. I wasn't prepared for tonight. I was just watching. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're the best.
No problem. I got the message from Timothy, and people sign up quickly, so it's kind of a little bit of a struggle. And I also believe Liana Muhammad hit me up about that. So I'm gonna ask to unmute Liana if she's there. Hi, Leah. Did I mess up and just shout you out, or did you want to rock and ask me about
I actually did. I thought I signed up, but I guess it didn't come through.
You didn't, but I have space. Do you want it?
Yes.
It is yours. Liana Muhammad is going to be the last poet of the evening. Liana, get into it. Go ahead.
Okay, this poem is called The Written History. I'm searching for the truth about me. I want to go deep into the roots of my history because sometimes the written history is not always what it seems. It's their story. They would rather have me believe I was a descendant of slaves and not mighty kings and queens. So I stand before you here today as a representation. I was a princess in my past life from the great Nubian nation, a nation of people who built the world's first civilization. And let it be known, we came way before the Egyptians, but throughout world history books, this is not the depiction. They downplay our presence and they keep the truth hidden, yet it's so clear and evident in the Jewish Torah and the Bibles of the Christians. But the lies are starting to unravel. The truth is starting to be told about these black pharaohs from the land of gold. See, they were rulers of the Kushite kingdom whose powers extended over to the Egyptian sands. And they wore a falcon serpent headdress, representing the rulers of two lands. Their story is told, written, and engraved on the walls throughout the ancient pyramids and majestic temple halls, but who will speak their truth? Who will tell their story of how they have struggled and how they came to glory? And if their story was told, would people listen? Would they believe all that they have suffered and all that they have achieved? See, we owe it to our ancestors. To them, we are in debt. So before the final story is written and the ink begins to set, we must educate those who don't know and remind those not to forget about the truth of where they came from and what they represent. See, it's hard to piece your past together when it was stolen, buried, and washed away. But we must keep digging and searching to reveal the full truth to the world one day. Because sometimes the written history is not always what it seems. It's their story. They would rather have you believe you are a descendant of slaves and not mighty kings and queens. Thank you.
Step it up for Liana. So happy we were able to get you in. I hope you're excited about tonight, especially since you waited so long. I know. Thank you, Liana. Where can we find you online?
Lena Boston for Instagram. So
awesome. Make sure you put it in the chat, please. Thank you. Liana Muhammad, so happy that I was able to get to her. Okay, I have half a minute left, and I hope I'm saying this right. Quenisha, she said she has a poem. Last poet. Even if you guys hit me up, I can't do it. So, Quenisha, am I saying your name right?
Yes, Quenisha.
Quenisha, awesome. So, do you have a poem that's not too long, like 2-3 minutes?
No, it's very short.
Oh, then go ahead.
Okay, hold up. I gotta get it. Okay, I got it. It's called A Kiss. I kissed his mind soft and slowly as his thoughts squirted. Wait, hold up. Restart. I'm all new to this. I get frightened when I have to, I'm just new. Hold on. I'm a newbie. I'm trying to get it together. Okay.
Well, let me tell you something, Quenisha. I want to tell you something. An audience appreciates authenticity. So you're being authentic with us right now. It's much better than you saying everything perfectly, but not sounding authentic. So you are good. If you're nervous, feel it, live in that, do your thing. But you are good because you're being authentic. And I've been doing this for like 20 years. So go ahead, do it.
Okay. A kiss. I kissed his mind soft and slowly as his thoughts squirted everywhere for me to ponder on. My mind blown, thoughts so deep. I think I need a moment to recollect my thinking before my brain starts to shrink. A slow kiss to the mind. Your thoughts are scattered into pieces, thinking we were in two totally different places.
Snap it up for Quenisha. I just want to apologize. I didn't know she was going to share the poem she wrote about me with everyone, but I'm joking. I'm joking. Quenisha, thank you so much. And again, please remember that an audience wants authenticity. So even nervous feeling is authentic, and you did fantastic. Is there anywhere online we can follow you?
Well, I'm currently in the process of making Instagram for my poetry, but I haven't gotten started yet, but I'll be back on to more open nights, so I'll let you know what it is.
All right, thank you so much. Quenisha, so happy we were able to get her on too. I have thoroughly enjoyed tonight. I did not know I was going to be hosting. I had baseball practice with my kid. I did it, and I was teaching classes online today. I appreciate all of y'all coming, and I hope you're following each other, reaching out to each other. The next New York open mic is on Monday, and of course next Thursday, La Bruja will be back. You can follow her at La Bruja NYC. Friday night and Saturday night, I'm hosting open mics. Make sure you're following me at Advocate of Wordz on Instagram or Twitter. Thank y'all so much for making my nights. I love doing this. And as the tradition that I do on Monday, even though it's Thursday, I'll do it on Monday. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for sharing what you've written. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Good night, sweet poet. May your dreams be as imaginative as tonight's poems and songs. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for inviting us into your homes. This is the Thursday night online open mic presented by the New Yorican Poets Cafe. My name's Advocate of Wordz. I've had the pleasure of filling in for La Bruja, who will be back. And make sure you go hit her up and send her some love. Thank you to Chris Lopez for being the producer for tonight. And Chris, we're done. Let's go home. There are some movies I need to watch on primewire.li. Primewire.li. Everything's on it. All right, y'all. Peace.